Good morning. Hello. My stream deck isn't working. That's all right. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, March 9th, 2023. I switched around some of the topics. Well, one topic at the end, or at the last minute, because I saw J God uploaded a new video talking about Warzone, and I like to hear his take on some of it. I listen to SoCal Love, I listen to J God, and then, it's just interesting to hear people's takes. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Northwest, which is Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's daughter. How old is she? I think she's like... Northwest is 9 years old. Okay, so we're going to talk about their 9-year-old daughter cosplaying as a rapper named Ice Spice and all of the outrage that occurred from it. And we're going to talk about a couple other things too. We're going to talk about a girl that played video games as a kid and is now a genius, okay? And she attributes her genius to video games. So we're going to talk about that because as me and Rob, as we're going to be parents soon, it's good to know these things, okay? It's good to know these things. Weasel, good morning, Cece. Enjoy your new stream. I'll be at work, but I will stop by if I have some downtime. Happy Thursday to you, Weasel. I know you probably aren't here. You're probably working, but thank you for coming in, stopping by, and saying that message. I appreciate it very much. So normally we do these on Saturdays, but this Saturday I will be out of town, so I decided to do it on Thursday. Okay, and usually the news is pretty lit in the middle of the week. So there we go. So Callie, coffee, yeah, coffee. I got my coffee in my lover cup. There it is. Salud. All right, David Brown, yo, what up? Good morning, twin. Good morning to you guys. Thanks for coming in. All right, so let's get this started because I want to talk about what J God. So basically, this is going to be a reaction video. I haven't watched it yet, but we're going to react to J God's video, which is titled "They Failed, but Warzone 2 Can Still Be Saved." This was uploaded 2 days ago. I haven't watched this. Maybe you guys have seen this, but I want to hear what he says. And normally I listen to him at 1.5 speed because, things just go faster that way. Hi, Dragon. How are you? All right, so we're going to talk about J God's new video. I'm going to watch it for the first time and see what he has to say. And then let's see. So it's, again, they failed, but Warzone 2 can still be saved. Let's see what he says.
We have a lot to talk about. I think there's a lot of different misconceptions. There's people really upset about the state of Warzone right now. So I thought I'd talk about a little bit about the pros, some things that maybe are in the middle, and then definitely some of the cons that can be addressed to help improve the game.
Now, again, I have him at 1.5 speed because it's just faster. Hello, Bola. Hello, Grumpy Arthur. Good morning, guys.
Realistically, I don't think the game is going to be in a position where it's super fun and amazing to play daily for long periods of time, probably until Season 4 at the latest, hopefully Season 3 with the introduction of ranked play and some of the other changes. Hopefully we'll get some really nice things. And I know...
Isn't there ranked play already? Is it coming for Warzone? Somebody please tell me.
That there's already people going to go run to the comment section. Shut up! Play something else. FYI, I've already played and beaten 10 different games on stream this year in the past 2 months. And if you want to check that out, it's over on Twitch, which is linked in the description. So I am definitely playing other games, but that doesn't mean I'm not playing Warzone. I'm not enjoying Warzone for the time I do play it. I jump on for 45 minutes. Cool, I've had enough. Let's go play XYZ other game that just came out. Okay. So that's really where we're at. Obviously, I'm complaining, but it's because I care about the game and I want it to be playable by a lot of people. And we're like, well, just the streamers don't like it. Guess what? The data shows that a lot of people are having a mass exodus of Warzone.
That this is true. The numbers are down across the board for not only streamers, but when you look at the data through Steam, which is, one of the platforms on the PC that manages the game, a lot less people are playing it for whatever reason. Maybe they can't even play it because the game crashes every time you open it up. Who knows? Hello, Victoria. Good morning. So people are definitely playing it less. And for me personally as a streamer, my numbers definitely were lower until Resurgence came back. Then Resurgence, I have a little bit more viewership. The subscribers have gone up a bit, but it's not the same as it was with like the beginning of Caldera, let's say, or during the resurgence of Warzone 1. The babies are good, Victoria. Thanks for asking. The babies are doing good. I'm having my coffee, drinking my water. All right, let's continue this rant.
No matter what analytics you look at, whether it's Steam, and even though that represents a small percentage
Steam,
of the PC
there you
population,
go.
whether you look at Google Trends, obviously once Q1 comes out, we're going to find out that Warzone didn't nearly make as much money as it's supposed to, and it's on a huge downward climb. And there's other people that'll say, you know what, Battle Royales are dying. The whole niche is dead. Well, guess what? Apex drops their update, and they have one of the biggest player bases ever in their entire history of Apex. Fortnite's about to drop first person, and they are continuing to kill it in viewership. So it's not a Battle Royale thing. It's just a game. It's like, so they need to fix the game. The real big problem that a lot of these things are going to come back to that we're going to talk about is that Call of Duty, it needs to be a Call of Duty game that happens to be a Battle Royale instead of a Battle Royale game that happens to be a Call of Duty game. Because if you've been in the Call of Duty community as long as I have, you will understand and know that Call of Duty is an entirely different beast. We are Call of Duty people. We don't play Battlefield. Some of you do, but you know what I mean? We don't play Battlefield.
I agree with
Battlefield.
him.
If you want to play Battlefield, we play Battlefield. Even when it was popping, you're playing Call of Duty because you're Call of Duty, you know? So Call of Duty has a very specific niche of players that play Call of Duty. That's why so many people hate on it. They're so passionate about it, and they're incredibly toxic, and all these other things that go into it, which aren't always good. I'm not saying that's all good, but when you're making the game, you have to appeal to your core audience, which includes people who like Call of Duty. And that's what made Warzone 1 so great. And a lot of people don't talk about it as much openly, is that it was a Call of Duty game first, a Battle Royale game second. There's a lot of people that will play Apex that are Battle Royale fans. They'll jump on PUBG, they'll jump on Fortnite. But Call of Duty people, they only play Call of Duty. They're not going to jump to Apex, although some of you have and are enjoying it. Cool, you'll be bad because you enjoy COD, right?
I like Apex.
They don't get their stuff together. You're not going to back. But you know what I mean? That's kind of where we're at with Call of Duty, is that they appeal to this group of people that like Call of Duty first. And when you play Warzone 2, it does not play or feel or function in any way recognizable as a Call of Duty. It feels like a Battle Royale game that happens to be a Call of Duty game instead of a Call of Duty game that happens to be a Battle Royale.
I can't relate to that because I've never played Call of Duty before the Battle Royale was out. So I like the Battle Royale. I don't care for like the multiplayer aspect of it, but I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying. What's up? Warzone is just a difficult game to play. And then, yeah, I think that's true for some people. Yeah. Other people like myself, who is pretty competitive and wants to do well, will continue to play it and have fun continuing to play it because I want to get better at it. Now, do I rage? Yes. Do I beat myself up about it? Sometimes, yes. Less now than before. But what's up, Cali Gold? Good morning to you. Salud. Got my coffee, my lava cup. So right now we're going over J God's video about Warzone. They failed, but Warzone 2 can still be saved. He's made some good points so far. Blah, blah, blah.
So you got to get all those factors into it. You can have a skill gap. People aren't leaving because, people didn't leave Warzone 1 because it wasn't skill.
And for anybody just coming in, I have him at 1.5 speed because it's just faster.
Yeah, it was lack of content, terrible map. We have a good map, still kind of lame on the content side. We're getting there, but there's no skill gap. So why skill gap's important isn't just so good players can beast on lower skilled players. That's not what it's really about. It comes back.
I think I have to lower it though because I'm trying to listen to what the fuck he's saying.
Back to a feeling of fairness, and there's certain things in the game that just feel unfair at times. So we're gonna go through all of them.
Yes,
and
unfair shotgun scumbags.
Like it doesn't feel good when you die to something stupid.
This is J God. Oh, okay. Cali Gold's new to this game, even though it seems like he's been playing this forever. J God is he does a lot of Warzone news. He's got 1.2 million subscribers. He does a lot of Warzone news, but he's also very good at like explaining like, when an update comes out or a new season comes out, he has a lot of data and breaks it down. So if you want to know about like what's the best meta or what like a new season comes out or a new update comes out, he really breaks down what's new. So he's really good to follow for things like that. But yeah, he's like kind of like an industry insider, so he gets the early access and stuff. But what's up, Deuce? How you guys doing? Thanks for coming in. Hit that like. Hit that like. Okay, let's keep going.
Where it feels like you were in the right position.
Yes, very knowledgeable. He's very knowledgeable.
In the bush, managed to call in the drone, takes you down, one hits you. You didn't have a self.
Something I didn't know, by the way, and then I'll stop pausing it. His wife died in the terrorist attack in San Bernardino like years ago. I didn't know that. I just learned that though.
Survive. Sorry, you're kind of lucked out. It's just part of the game. Better luck next time. You didn't outplay it. It just feels unfair. And even the person who gets the kill, they don't even feel good getting the kill. They're like, I'm going to get my free kill here. Boom. All right,
I don't know about that.
Kill. Not a big deal. Not hyped. It doesn't really help the gameplay loop in either way.
I mean, I would be happy if I got a bomb drone kill.
We got a good map in Al Mazrah. I didn't say great. I said good. Whether your perception's a little bit different because if you want Verdansk back, cool. Verdansk would play terrible with the current mechanics the way they sit. Caldera would play terrible. Caldera was probably the least favorite map.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That was sad. What's up, Weasel F baby? Yeah.
Ashka Island, which I think both look and play well. I wish there was a little bit different sky and a little less gloomy on Ashka Island. Hopefully we'll get that in season 3 or 4 at some point. Maybe when they update that part of it like they did with Rebirth Island. Proximity chat, generally a W. I think most people like this mechanic. It can be funny, silly, especially when people don't know that you can hear them or whatever. It can create some dynamics that are interesting, even though there is a bunch of toxicity, racist, and homophobic and all these other crazy things that can happen over.
That's the internet, baby. That's the internet.
Experience. Plus, people are spam reporting from prox chat. That can lead to you losing the ability to prox chat or even get shadow banned, which is a whole other issue.
I think that's happening to Stacks.
I don't even know exactly what causes that because some people can get 10 kills, some people can't.
You almost killed yourself.
A lot of it has to do with mass reporting.
But I don't even pick those up because I don't want to. I can't. I'll die if I use
weapons at the buy station. I think this is a unique feature, especially since the core people who enjoyed Warzone 1 really like the gameplay loop of getting your loadout, whatever loadout you wanted. Hopefully the meta is more open, and then you can have a full range to use an M4, M16,
Sacred, baby.
Want, and that's your gun.
Yeah, San Bernardino.
And then both.
I think it was in like 2015 or something.
Well, you can either be competitive by using the meta.
It was a workplace
terrorist
attack. His wife worked there. She died.
Using the meta, and that's kind of the dynamic that the game is kind of falling into with the con section, which we'll get into. New contract, super unique feature. No other battle royale has that, and this is a dynamic that is super rare. The 0.1% of players get to experience in that, and that's perfectly fine. But it is 100% a Call of Duty thing, and that's why it's also perceived so well.
I'm gonna skip the good things about it, and I'm gonna go to this next section.
Like, okay, let's hold on to these 17 attachments for the right scenario. Like, no, they kind of did away with the backpack system, which is more of a neutral thing, right? The backpack system, the way it is now, I think it works great in DMZ, not necessarily in Battle Royale. I think it's kind of in a sweet spot. Still works. People have gotten used to it, adapt to it. You hold whatever amount of plates, one streak, munitions, whatever. You kind of balance it out, and you kind of have to pick and choose, and not like a creative class with overkill where you get everything. Weapon progression tree, I think this is more of a neutral thing as well. And I think one of the things with it is that as a new player, it kind of sucks because you don't have any of the meta attachments. I give you a class.
What's up, Capone? How you doing? I couldn't fly it out the window, then press. Yeah, that's what would happen to me if I use a bomb drone.
Looking at it,
if I use a bomb drone, I'd be sitting there. Like, right. I used a bomb drone by accident. I had it equipped, and this was back in the first season. And I was in a solo, and I was like standing up as I was using it by accident, and I got sniped, and it was at the end game. I was so mad. I'm doing good, Capone. How you guys doing? So right now we're going over J God's impressions of Warzone. It could be saved. Then we're going to go into some other topics like Northwest, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's daughter, cosplaying what someone called a hoochie rapper. It's just funny. All right. No, I sped it up. I sped it up because it takes forever.
You have to unlock the M4, which you start off with. You got to get that to a certain level to get another gun, and then you level up that gun. You get the Icarus, and then you level up that gun to get a specific attachment.
Okay, I'm gonna skip all this because okay, great, we know this. I want to hear his. I want to hear his opinions about the downfall of Warzone 2.
It's kind of one of those things. So now we got to get into our cons. I know I've already covered a lot, but there's a lot of cons too, right? So I've already kind of given my thought process of the state of the game, where we're at. But the cons, it's a lot.
I lowered it to 1.2, I think, because 1.5 was a little too fast for me.
These are super easy to fix too, by the way. Like logically easy to fix. So one of the biggest things is the lack of updates and a stale meta. We had RPK Fennec for a very long time. We
stale meta.
Like 5 or 6 spectating randoms.
Good morning, Francisco.
Every essentially had the Fennec and RPK once we got beyond the first zone. And that kind of tells you something how broken that is. And we could identify that in a couple matches. I don't know why it takes them so long. They got to get better about that. They got to own it. There should be the seasonal update, mid-season update, and then the quarterly update in between those. There should be some kind of updates with weapons. If some broken, nerf it. Some's garbage, buff it. And just continually do that. Like, I know that might be a little rough on the weapons tree part of it.
I don't think they have the manpower to do what he's talking about.
People already have them locked. They have the data. Just give everyone the M4. Make that meta for
They don't have the team. I think that's what it is.
But that's another
chocolate milk instead of coffee.
They launched Ashka Island. We're gonna have all modes, by the way. Launch with quads. Give us solos for a couple days. Never have we had duos or trios.
I have to pause it real quick and just say, Francisco, I've been craving iced coffee, and I could make it. I just haven't done it yet. But yes, iced coffee is very good. It's like a treat. It's more like a treat for some reason.
Third person, what happened to
JJ? Oh my God, getting up on this early AM coffee talk with Jenna. Thank you, JJ Shock. Thank you so much for the $20. Oh my God, you're the best, bro. Yeah, so I normally do this segment on Saturdays in the morning, but I'm gonna be at my parents' house. So
this is what it's all about, right? Motherfucking cock-sucking money. Here.
thank you so much, JJ. Very nice of you. So yeah, this is normally on Saturdays, going out to my parents' house this weekend. So I'm doing it on Thursday. I hope you have a great day at work, and thank you again for the $20. We're talking about what J God thinks about the downfall of Warzone 2 and what should change. What's up, J Lar? How are you? How you guys doing?
Third person, we only get that as a mosh pit in multiplayer if you own the game, and that's a whole other issue. We don't have any LTMs.
Hi, Mom.
Where
Hi.
maybe it's a fast zone collapse. It's super simple. Like, I know I'm giving too many ideas here, but you can do zone collapse, shotguns only.
See, I gotta just say, like, he's saying, oh, why can't they do these types of updates and just change things? I genuinely believe, based on my experience in a tech company, which I might be wrong, but I really do believe they don't have enough people. I think it doesn't seem like their team is large enough or competent enough to keep up with all of the bugs and the fixes that they have to do. And because there are bugs in the game, that makes me think that they just didn't have enough manpower to QA and all of that in general. So that's what happens.
Snipers only, but they one shot. You know, you can do iron trial.
Gotta have whip topping and carrot. Oh, so you like the sugar in the morning? Okay, Francisco.
Hey, you know what? We had the totally normal resurgence or whatever.
What's up,
Ace? We
Ace?
got the loadouts right off the bat. Everyone got.
I got up at 5:30 this
there was
morning.
A lot of cool things.
Cali Gold.
They experimented with it. Was it for everyone? No, but at least they were trying new modes and trying new things out. Thus far, very unoriginal, uninspired, lazy. At least the way it feels. So hopefully that gets addressed. There's no plunder, which that's coming next season. So whatever. Laggy servers.
There you
Why
go.
does the game feel worse? Like, the more we play it, the worse it feels.
Yes.
And I don't get that. And maybe the matchmaking is trying real hard to match you with people of your skill and just giving you terrible connections. But sometimes the ping's low and it just feel crappy. You're like, why is it skipping? Oh, we got a slow motion lobby. They added combat records. And most people are like, okay, cool. That's what we asked for. Nobody, not one person, asked for our stats to be combined with Battle Royale and Resurgence.
That's still
Not one.
stupid.
And I bet you anyone, like, probably watching right now,
There you go.
none of you
Because this is what it's all about, right?
Yo,
Motherfucking
let's go,
cock-sucking
Cali
money.
Gold. Thank you so much. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much for the back-to-back 20s from my man, a.k.a. JJ Shock, a.k.a. Bloodthirsty, JJ Shock and Cali Gold, the Cali Gold brother from fucking LA. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that very much so. Double boom boom. I know, right? It's crazy. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. Not it the morning, usually afternoons. I like tea or some chocolate milk, but it sucks because I'm lactose, so I have to get everything lactose yogurt. Oh, I know. Yeah. They have some good milks out there that are like the lactose friendly. But no, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Thank you guys so much again. That's very nice of you. But J God is right here about like the game just seems worse. We all know that.
I expected that when you
Like,
loaded it up, you'd be
servers
like, cool,
and
both of
stuff.
my stats, I really wanted them to be combined. It would be
Get rid of
awesome.
snipers and shotguns.
No,
The game would be much better. Nothing
thought
worse
that
than
was a good
getting one
idea?
shot
Like, it
sniped
should
across
literally
the
be
map.
separated. Why not?
Well, they kind of buffed the sniper though, right? Like in Verdansk, it was a one shot down, right? And then they kind of changed that around a little bit. And the shotguns are always garbage. It's just every time there's an update, there's one shotgun that gets fucking buffed to the fucking gills. Like how we're seeing with the the expedite shotgun? It's just like it seems like it's a problem. Like every time they do an update, they oops by accident, right? But in this, the problem with that right now is that it seems like it's taking them longer to buff it. Like the RPK was the meta for a long time. Now it seems like I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I can only guess. And again, it just seems like they don't have enough people. Oh, I haven't had the yogurt. I haven't had that yogurt. I've tried the milk though. The milk's not that bad. I agree with you. Verdansk was worse. Yeah, Verdansk was definitely worse. I think they're trying to mitigate that, but you know, they're not always on the ball with when they try to do things. But it's good that I think they notice it. I think they notice what you're saying. I think they are making changes for casuals, which I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with that.
Maybe it's too late now. Maybe all of it's intertwined and you're kind of screwed. So
Oh, almond chocolate milk.
When it's so simple to make right. Audio.
I could
I
probably
don't think
make
I've ever had
that.
good audio. I think multiplayer felt like it had good audio, but once you get into Warzone and then there's vehicles, gunfire, streaks, and all these other subtle noises, water moving, AI, like everything adds up, and you just end up with crappy audio that overlaps on top of each other. You don't hear footsteps. I
No, you
mentioned it
don't.
earlier with swimming, but excess water, and the water doesn't really become an issue until the zone is like 90 to 100% covered in water. At least you can rotate and position smartly. But when someone's underwater, they take less damage. They're really hard to spot. And even when you're hitting them, they do so little damage that you're like, okay, I unloaded a mag. I feel like I'm getting hit markers. What's going on? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like you're having fair gunfights. Again, feeling a fairness. It just doesn't feel right. And sometimes maybe you can take a pistol and you can be strategic ahead of time. But even then, those don't feel right, you know? And that's
Is that true? You take less damage if you're in the water and someone's shooting you? I didn't know that. Thanks, Weasel. Weasel F baby. Thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like if you haven't hit that like yet. Lickety like almond chocolate milk. I gotta make my own. Like almond milk. It's just the best almond chocolate milk you will ever have. My girlfriend made it for me, and it was the best milk I've ever had, and I had to buy that. Everyone wants an advantage in the game, but I don't tend to follow the meta. I can care less. I just want a gun that feels good for me. Hi, SoCali. This is where the party's at. Thank you, my SoCali. Are you listening? Are you watching and waiting and listening to J-God? I told everybody, I said, SoCal and J-God. Those are the two people I listen to about, like, the state of the game. Thank you, SoCali. Hi, Timothy. Good morning to you. I hope you have a good day, too. Thank you guys for coming in and saying what's up. Grumpy, I would like to follow that. What you just said, but like I'll just lose gunfights, you know? Like you can't go against the shotgun and the RPK and the Seiken if they're like the ultimate meta and they're like completely broken. And then you try to use like a different gun, you're gonna just die. In my opinion, that frustrates me. So I'm like, all right, well, I gotta get with the meta so I can at least be equal with probably most of the other people in the server. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with you. I like using different guns. I like using everything different. I wish that they would figure that out so we could all use different guns, tacs, RPKs, whatever the hell you want, shotguns even. But the shotgun shouldn't be OP. All right, here we go.
It's really where they're missing.
I didn't know you take less damage in the water. Is that right, SoCali? That's what he just said. If you're in the water, you take less damage.
The mark on a lot of these end zones, and they can fix this. They did it with the beginning. They made it so that we didn't always end at observatory. They made it in Warzone 1 so we didn't end at stadium.
What did he just say about that?
It doesn't feel like you're having fair gunfights. Again, feeling a fairness. It just doesn't feel right. And sometimes maybe you can take a pistol and you can be strategic ahead of time. But even then, those don't feel right, you know? And that's really where they're missing the mark on a lot of these end zones. And they can fix this. They did it with the beginning. They made it so that we didn't always end at observatory. They made it in Warzone 1 so we didn't end at stadium. They made it where we didn't end at peak. They modified the zones. So they can do this. It's been done before. 3 times. The HUD. What are we doing with the HUD? It literally is a huge digress. Like it digressed so hard from Warzone.
The HUD?
And it's like, why can't we see how many plates my teammate has, if they have a streak, if they have a self-revive, if they have a respawn token, blah, blah, blah. It should have been the same exact copy and paste plus flip. So maybe
I don't
the
care about
icons
that
look
much.
slightly different, whatever. Like you don't got to do too much. Keep it simple. COD players do not care as long if it's copy and paste. We play the same game every.
If you play like SoCal Love, who like, or even me and my Tonys, like if you're making sure that your squad has all of the supplies that they need, like self-revives and plates and stuff like that, I think that's good what he's talking about. But otherwise, I don't give a shit. Like you know what I miss? I miss the total, the calculator. I miss the calculator where I know how much money we all have. Because I'm like, somebody do the math. I don't know how much money we have. Like I miss that total cash money. What's up, Mikey Smith? What up, man? Yeah. What's up? Good to see you. Mind Warp, what's up, yo? Only pistols truly work. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, you mean like if you're in the water fighting somebody? I gotcha.
Every other year.
I gotcha.
With slight variation. Just slight variation it, man. Like, why? Well, I don't know. Then we can dive into gameplay, right? So we've talked about a lot of stuff, and out of the cons, there's a lot of negative gameplay, in my opinion, right? I've seen this logic across, and you can kind of go either way on these. Some of them might be even controversial in some aspects, but in general, everything in the game is slow. Everything. Your walking speed, slower than Warzone 1. Your running speed, slower than Warzone 1. Your sprinting, strafe speed, all that stuff, slower than Warzone 1. Your ability, when you go into a buy station, the menus move slower than Warzone 1.
Absolutely.
The zone moves slower than Warzone 1. You get like an extra 4-ish minutes on top of a Warzone 1's play. They stretch that 4 minutes across some of the first zones. So you end up with about a
But
4
the
or 5
gas
minute
is
longer
fast.
match. So the gameplay even plays slower in that sense, where the actual zones collapse slower. Can't reload cancel. You
Yeah,
dive,
that's
you get locked
annoying.
in the animation before your gun pulls up. When you drop shot, it feels awkward, even though you can snake. That's cool. That's probably the only movement feature you can really do. If you slide, you're locked in the animation. You can't stop it, change it,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
There's no bunny
terrible.
hopping, which is a skill, but I can see why you remove it. Everything's slower. It's kind of hard to do. They maybe could tweak it a little bit, but literally there's nothing.
There's no bunny hopping. Yes, there is. People bunny hop all the time. What is he talking about? Have I played the Mafia series game? No, but I've heard about it. Last stream, Keith was talking about that game. Not everyone is good at math. I'm definitely not good at math on the spot. That's why you end up with 20 teams late in the game. Yeah.
You can literally aim down sight,
Yeah.
hold aim down sight. And the difference between someone who's not and is enough of a difference that whoever's aiming down sight automatically wins. Unless it's just like
Right.
they've never used a controller and they've never aimed before on keyboard and mouse. So maybe they'll get those things dialed in. I think that is the critical portion. That alone would solve like 90% of the issues, because that's what you experience second to second. The other things like the modes, like cool, you didn't queue up for that. Laggy servers, it doesn't happen every match. Combat records, whatever, you look at them every so often. Audio, only when you get killed up from behind. Cool, whatever. Excess water, only when the zone goes there. The HUD, when you're playing with random. Or when you get hit with the bomb drone or something like that. It's a one-off, right? Even though they are pretty common. It is a one-off. But literally how you move, how you strafe, how you jump, how you slide, how you dive, how you mantle, how you everything is literally moment to moment instantaneously what
Yeah.
you feel every second of every game. And that is where they're really struggling, in my opinion, because everything feels slow and punishing in an unfair way. It'd be different if something's punishing in a fair way, like you expect, certain things to be hard or difficult. Maybe a gun has high recoil, whatever. There's a lot of things that can be done that way. But this gives you a real element of unfairness. Sliding while plating or running while plating, like that was such a huge game changer.
Yeah, it was.
Because you plate pretty regularly in this game, so you felt it. Versus some of the other changes, but that one, like that would overhaul. And I'm not saying bring back slide canceling, break some broken motions. No, raise regular movement speed by like 10%. Maybe allowed to hip fire while sliding. And
They really did change
like
too much.
The crosshairs are your whole screen. It's like, who cares? You're not going to hit a shot unless you're barrel stuffing. Like, why not give us that? Something. At least you feel like, okay, cool, I could at least try. No, this was like, all right, cool, let's wait the 3 second for the animation to finish. Oh, I'm already dead? Okay, cool, maybe next time. So no, that's not how it works, right? We even had a joke about it, that's the new slide canceling. You slide and you will be canceled by a kill, like you're going to die. So you won't have the chance to come out of that slide. So there's that, and we got auto looting, which kind of got wonky with the bag change, and then they changed it, and then the loot just is kind of still lays on the ground and it overlaps on top of each other.
Yeah, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. What's up, Zane? What's up, Stefan?
Make a floating loop like Warzone 1, but we'll see kind of how that goes. I think that'll get optimized. Buy stations. The number of buy stations is still bad. Non-standardized buy station loot is also bad. There's so many instances where I win, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'll make a gas play. There's a buy station right at the edge. I'm going to hit it real quick, hit the gas mask, and then run out and make a gas play. Nope, I run down there. I hit the gas play, boom, get the gas mask, and then all of a sudden my guy's like,
yeah,
oh, he's down there. They just wipe you out. TTK is so fast that literally you get deleted. So you have that instance where you kind of like end up with a terrible scenario, and it's just not fair that you went down there to make a play. There's no way you could possibly know that buy station did not have a gas mask. And it's like, well, you shouldn't assume that they have gas mask. Well, then why would I ever try to make a gas play? You eliminated a gameplay element, or I roll the dice. Let's gamble. Let's
it's rolling the dice. It's gambling at this point.
Gas mask? No,
they're making it harder in that aspect.
Feeling of fairness is huge. That they just feel clunky when you buy back your team. There's like not a muscle memory to it. Where before you can go, hey, I want plates.
Right.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I want a
quick menus versus like these clunky menus where you got lots of clicks.
Because they wanted to make it even faster. This is slow.
You got a dub on solos? Damn, that's hard to do. What's up, Tyler?
What the heck? Maybe on keyboard.
Very weirdly
garbage.
Dead.
And then, on top of the gameplay element, now you're moving slow. The TTK feels even faster.
No, I have the video sped up a little bit so it goes faster.
As TTK, people aren't. It's theoretical. They're not hitting 100% of their shots. This one, even with more recoil, they're still hitting.
This is normal
shots.
speed.
The character model moves like this.
Right here.
Oh shoot! Look.
I usually.
Oh damn! Doesn't miss. Aim assist helps too. It's so godly.
That's normal because I normally listen to these videos at at higher speed, so it goes faster.
Whereas before he'd be like, like, oh shoot, I'm missing some shots. TTK gets a little bit inflated. So that's another part of the TTK. Plus, they got this minimum armor damage, which is kind of like obnoxious.
Yeah, he
on
talked
some
about
weapons and not
DCing.
others.
He talked about
It's a
all
whole
of
other
it.
issue, but
How the
TTK
servers
looking to
are
address
worse.
either 50 health or going in.
Disconnects.
Oh, these weapons are overperforming. Nerf. Oh, these ones are underperforming. Buff. Okay, cool. We kind of got a happy. Oh, these are still too good. Nerf. Weekly. Just do it. And it feels like you're doing something, even if you're messing it up.
I think he's saying just do it. But again, I will reiterate, like, I don't think they have the people to do it. That's
Feels
what
like
I
you're
think is
doing
the problem.
something better than a 3-month stale meta. And then this one might be a little more controversial. This is like the one-shot snipers. I think they should be in the game.
Tyler
I
Cates,
think
are
they're
you
completely
have you never
fair,
played before?
but I don't
Because if
think we should
not,
have
you
a
might have been in like a
98
really
all
easy
over again,
lobby.
like Modern Warfare. I don't think that. I think
Speeding
there
up
should maybe
movement.
some
Hi
damage
Nathan.
ranges
Speeding up
where
movement is a
maybe you
little.
couldn't get-
Wait, I have to read and mute. Speeding up movement a little might offset the amount of time in early game that you just grind. First 4 to 6 minutes is somewhat boring. And most contact is with bots.
get a long shot or make them incredibly difficult to use. That like it would be a high skill thing to use a sniper. Even if someone's standing still, it might be hard to lead your shot, the bullet drop, the velocity, the ADS time, the strafe speed, the flinch. There's so many ways you can make snipers terrible. But the one way is to not make them a 2-shot. That is just bad. You know, maybe for the signal, yes, you know, whatever. But there should be some exclusions where they can 1-shot. Incendiary rounds were close to it. They could have nerfed them even harder where they had worse bullet velocity, worse bullet drop, harder penalties on ADS, more flinch. Like, let's just do that. And then if you got sniped, you'd be like, damn, that dude hit a shot. Not like with the car, oh, aim assist. Yeah, that was easy. Cheese, you know? So again, that goes to feeling of fairness. If somebody snipes you and you understand that this sniper is incredibly difficult to use, super hard to hit the shot, and more often than not, you're being a bot by standing still. If they hit that shot, then you can own that, and it goes back and forth. That you feel like,
Yeah,
you know
right. What,
That was
1%
fair.
do
That's
that?
my bad for standing still like that.
1% would own it like
shot
that.
at 250 meters. AI do not belong in a battle royale, and it's kind of like, well, what are you going to do with strongholds and black sites? Maybe remove them. Try it. What's the worst that could happen? People decide, you know what? Gameplay's better with strongholds. Cool, we'll just add them back in. Try it. You know, like clearly something not working when people do not enjoy AI. And they even add them on Oshka Island for these contracts, even though they're like pointless. They do no damage. You can 1-shot them, whatever. They're just there. Like, why? And they take up like a quarter of the map. And then glint on low, like this is more nitpicky, but glint on low zoom optics. I think I mean, we used the
Glint on
VLK
low
for
zoom
3
optics.
years, along with the 3X and the 3.5 in Vanguard. Like, they didn't have glints. Like, why are we adding glints to those? Isn't like the snipers, you can't even have.
I didn't know
those.
that.
And if they did, make it so all snipers have glint, unless you're using iron sights. Boom, done. Like, I don't know. It seems like a weird thing, especially when you want to use the VLK.
Yeah, there's
use the aim
there's
off,
a
which
hack.
has no zoom or like an awkward zoom.
There's a hack, and I think Rob got hit with this the other day, where they like crashed the server. It's like a hack, a lag hack or something like that. Good morning, old new wolf. Happy Thursday to you. It's Friday Eve, baby. It's Friday Eve.
The mini map doesn't have
They
the
had
red
that-
dots,
they
so
had
the
that
organic
hack in
gameplay
Warzone
and
1 too.
information that you're able to assess and move and rotate. You're removing a lot of that. You end up with more guesses, and sometimes you can just not guess player behavior. If someone's camped, sitting in a corner, and they just sit there for 10 minutes, you can't account for that. But if they fought someone, you happen to see a dot in the general area, you can account for that. Well, then you just run suppressors. Cool. They're going to have a slower aim down sight. They don't get as much recoil reduction as we've seen with some of the muzzles that you can get in this game. Cool. They're going to have to take a penalty. And like I did, you know, so that is a huge gameplay loop of it. And then
Good morning.
Ricochet,
Yo, what's
they'll
up,
just hopefully
Keanu?
continue to fix it because it's having its low right now where a lot of people are commenting like, oh, there's all these cheaters, lag switchers, wallers.
Lag switcher. That's what it is.
It gets good for
Lag
a while.
switcher, what you're talking
and then
about,
they come
Grumpy.
back because that's kind of the competition you have with cheating companies and the developers of the anti-cheat. So I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't care about the state of Call of Duty and it being the best game possible. Like I said at the start, I want to be able to play this game 5 hours a day. I'm not saying everyone has to be able to play this game or you should be required to play it to function and be good at the game. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when I play the game, I should want to say, this is last game and then play the next one. Oh, no, the next one's last game and continue playing the game. Currently, it doesn't have that it factor. It may for you, but I know there's a lot of people like me that do not feel that way. I jump up for my 45 minutes because there's not a lot of great options for me in terms of multiplayer that I want to enjoy. And then I jump off about 45 minutes later, like, cool, I saw everything I needed to see today. Same old, same old. No variety, no difference. Everything's slow. I feel like I was stun locked in an animation and I couldn't fire my weapon, got killed in the blink of an eye. That is huge leaps and bounds without bringing back slide canceling. So, I mean, obviously you guys are going to have your thoughts. I just want to kind of give my...
So yeah, what do you think about that? Because for me, again, like, despite all of the problems that this game has, I still enjoy playing it and I still love the competition of it. And I still, like he just said, it's like, oh, like, do you play it for 45 minutes? And you're like, okay, I've seen everything. I'm done playing it. No, like, I keep, like, if I die from a bomb drone or from something else, I want to play the next round. But I'm really thinking of, like, Resurgence, too. Because Resurgence is way better, in my opinion. Not way better, but it's like Resurgence is more up my alley. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, he talked about and complained about what we all complain about. Everyone's pissed at this game. I think everyone's upset because it seems like it's just gotten worse, not better. Like the development of the game has failed versus improved, right? They're regressing rather than progressing. And people are like, what the hell's going on? You know, like what the hell is going on? You know? So, how's the baby doing? Got any weird food cravings? No, nothing weird. I just crave different things at different times. I've been craving pineapple. This week I was craving hummus. So I just bought some hummus from Costco yesterday. I'm dipping my peppers in it. I was craving sweets the other day. I was trying to stick with fruit, but you know, Nathan Goddard sent me some chocolate. So I had to eat some of that. On my drive into work, I thought I'd really like to see Verdansk cycle back in. I really want them to start doing that. I want them to start cycling in different maps. Apparently, there's a new Resurgence map coming and a new big map coming. I didn't know that. What's up, J-Rod? Good morning. So they are making new maps, but like, come on, you gotta also fix the glitches, dude. You gotta fix the glitches. If you're glitch free, you're a boss. literally a boss from the game. SPN. I was getting food at the movement and they removed it, the slide canceling. I miss slide canceling. Slide canceling was fun and it like helped you be a sweat pro. You know, it's like what he said. Like the game is just a lot slower and they've nerfed a lot of the mechanics of movement. So I agree. I still think it's the best shooter game. It's a great teamwork game too. Like I love playing with the Tony Sopranos, the memberships. Like I just love playing with it because the communication and winning and even dying and like learning your lesson. Like I just find that very fun. But some people really don't find that fun. And they'll say, fuck this game, you know, like I want to go play fucking Fall Guys or something, you know? Like they'll be like, oh, I just want to like, you know, do this and that. Yes, that's why I like Resurgence as well, because you like have the chance to come back. The gulag is tough. It's harder to buy people back in the big map unless you have cash. So yes, I like Resurgence. It's just a lot faster paced. And I agree. I like it. I'm glad they brought it back. And I would like a map rotation. Like they made Fortune's Keep. It felt like Fortune's Keep was out for such a short period of time. And now you can't play it at all. Like they need to have Rebirth, Fortune's Keep, Ashika, and then whatever new map they have. 4 maps. That would be amazing if they could do that. That would make a lot of people happy. They have their game. Gamers have stopped playing this game. That would bring a lot of people back, I bet. The lag makes it unplayable at times. God, that sucks. What's up, Ventro? The best game. Yeah, I love like playing with Rob too is like a whole different level when I play with Rob. It's like it's so fun to watch people like him play because you learn strategy and you learn rotation, and they take it seriously, which a lot of people don't. But if you are on that level, you can appreciate watching it. Yeah, agree 100%. I still have a problem once in a while, but not often. The NVIDIA recommended drive. Yeah, Resurgence is the best. The guns are so blah. Yeah, and that's what he was talking about. He's got a nice little screenshot there. But that's what he was talking about, you know? And if like instead of nerfing the guns that are like really good, why not buff other guns to be equal to them? So then like you can have like fun. You can have fun playing with more guns, but like when you have like I'm enjoying the Seiken right now. The Seiken is a meta. So this is a website that I use to look for suggestions on loadouts to use. And they give you suggestions. Oops, wrong one, wrong screen. They give you suggestions on like what's meta. And right now they say that Hemlock, Broadside, Seiken, and Lockman Sub. Long range and close range metas. So I use this website to take a look at what's the meta. Raw, Vaz, meta. So these are still meta, but they're not going to be the absolute meta, right? So if you're going against someone that has one of these weapons, most likely you're going to die unless you get the first shot. Like he said earlier, unless you're ADSing first and you hit the shot first. Yes. I've picked, and you know what else you know what else bugs me is when I'll find like a random raw on the ground and it'll have a 3 attachment setting on it and it'll be a fucking laser. I'll be like murdering people and I'm like, what is that? It's got 3 attachments and it's lasering people. What is that? What is that? Why? And why is that? You know, because if I build a raw with 5 attachments, it feels like shit. Maybe I'm just building it wrong. I don't know. But here's Chimera. Here's J-Rod's gun. She loves this gun. That's sniper support. What's up, Johnny Smith? I don't know what happened to Resurgent Solos, but they should bring it back because I was planning on playing it the day that they removed it. So I was a little upset about that, but that's all right. They'll bring it back eventually, you know? You have to step up your game if you're playing with Rob, which can be lots of pressure in a good way. Yeah, you got to step up your game. You got to pay attention, make sure your comms make sense. You got to, you know, constantly be on your toes. Like there's no like being separated from the team unless you have to be. Like you are right on top of each other. And that's something that I really enjoy because if you go down, like you have Benji fucking coming around the corner, fucking coming to cover you, you know, like that is what saves you from getting wiped. You know, if you guys are close by and your team is right there and they're there to cover you, that's it, man. That's the thing. But then you have to worry. There's so much to the game. That's why it makes it fun. Old dude, welcome with the new member. Thank you, old dude. I appreciate that. Thanks for becoming a member, Christopher. A Christopher MOLTISANTI member, baby. Thank you so much, old dude. Yeah, those are good emotes. I don't play Warzone only, but that's like the game that I'm playing lately. Yes. What's up, Mick? Good morning. I'll love the gun range. I got so much better. Now I'm getting the 10-15 kills a game. That's nice. Yeah, the range was a nice addition because you could feel out that gun. And you know what else I like that they added? When you're picking out an optic, you can see what the laser or what it looks like when you're ADSing. They didn't have that in Warzone 1 and it bothered me because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like what this looks like. But now they have that and I'm glad that they added that. That was a good detail that they added. I feel good with the Chimera. I've rebuilt it also to keep up. It felt slow, but I'm good again. You mean like the mobility felt slow or like the gun velocity, like the weapon, the velocity felt slow? All right, what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to go pee-pee because I finished my coffee and I'm drinking my water now. And we're going to switch topics, okay? We're going to switch topics. And, yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about jiggling butts, and we're going to talk about controversial topics, okay? A controversial topic. All right? Yeah, the velocity felt slow. Yeah. But would you say that that is good against, like, say, the Fennec, or the Fennec rather than the shotgun, because the shotgun just kills everybody. But Mikey Smith's like, oh, let me see that. Oh. Booty. Okay, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. All right, we're back. All right, so we're going to switch topics. And we're going to talk about... Don't tell my girl. No, it's all right. Controversial topics. So, so we're going to talk about Northwest, who is Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's oldest daughter. She's about 9 years old. And she was in the news lately because she has a TikTok. And she was cosplaying as a rapper who I've never heard of before, but now I've heard of her. She's an upcoming rapper from New York, and she was cosplaying as this rapper, and people were freaking out about it, okay? And I learned some new things about it today, by the way. But, okay, I'm going to show you this really quick, all right? Let me actually... get this. So this is the other thing, is that people were talking about this subject, and they were like, Kanye West responds. And what pisses me off is that it's clickbait, because Kanye West did not respond. He didn't respond to the latest TikTok of Northwest. People were using his old video talking about why he doesn't want his daughter on TikTok and saying that he responds. I'm like, no, he didn't. You're using an old video. But anyway, I'm going to show you that video too. All right. So this is Northwest. This is Northwest, and the rapper's name is Ice Spice, if you've ever heard of that before, which I haven't. Ice Spice from New York, okay? Oops, from New York. And you can guess what her music is about. It's not about, whatever. But hey, Milos, how are you? Yes, Ice Spice. Ice Spice. Yes, you guys have heard this already. Some of you have heard this already. So, why does it do that? Okay. So this is Northwest here, and I don't know who this little girl is, but it's obviously her friend. And now, she's got her wig on. You'll see what she looks like in a second. But you can listen to the lyrics, right? You can hear the lyrics.
So I tell him it's one of me. He making fun of me. His girl is a bum to me. Like that boy is a cat. Saying he home, but I know where he at. Like, bet he blowing her back. Think about me because he know that it's fat.
Blowing her back, thinking about me because my ass is fat. Yeah. But I mean, clearly Northwest is trying to lip sync it, and she doesn't know what the lyrics are. But Northwest idolizes this rapper, and I'll show you that she does. She's from the Bronx. So people were freaking out that this little 9-year-old is dressing up like Ice Spice, okay? And I gotta pull up this as well. So I'm gonna show you Ice Spice in the video. This is the video that the song comes from. Oh, my stream deck doesn't work. It's called Munch. He a Munch. This is what the rapper looks like. Okay. And it's great. That's great. So now, I just think that's the funniest shit ever. So Ice Spice is invited to hang out with Northwest, okay? Hanging out with Northwest.
Hey, I'm not staying, I just wanna play. In the party, you just wanna romp. Big boobs in the bus, they pump.
Big boobs and a what?
She a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend. I tried to pay, he begged me to.
Okay, that's cute. You know, like, oh, I Spice, my idol, came over to my house and she's doing TikToks with me now. Right? But this little girl, look at how innocent she is. Look how little and cute she is, right? She doesn't even know what she's saying, you know? But this woman here, who's the adult in the room, knows what content she's putting out there, right? Kim Kardashian knows, and Kanye West knows what kind of content this person puts out, right? And that's the problem, is like, okay, that's where the controversy comes in. It's like, what do you do with that? Right? What do you do with that? Yeah, Kim invited her into the home, right? Okay, but I'm getting to more stuff. So let me open. Yo, some of the comments too are so funny, dude. So this is a article, Kanye West gained support after daughter imitates Ice Spice. Okay, so here's what I just showed you, and then this is the old video that people were trying to say was new. Okay, this is him talking about why he doesn't want them on TikTok. Is this the article? Hold on, let me find the article real quick. I think it might have been this one. Look at this title. Ice Spice teams up with Northwest for adorable mini-me TikTok. Adorable mini-me. So Billboard proves the elementary schooler later copied the rapper's look for a clever recreation of her lip sync. Okay. So there's a picture I'm looking for where Northwest drew a picture of Ice Spice because she idolizes the girl. She likes her a lot. And actually, it was a really good drawing. I think it's in here.
In hot mood for an epic get-together.
Epic get-together! We love it! Epic get-together! Oh, it's just so cute!
Seen in her latest TikToks, the 9-year-old
We
is
love
joined
it!
by none other than Ice Spice. And together, along with her friends, North captures some pretty viral-worthy content set to the rapper's biggest hits.
She a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend.
In another clip, soundtrack
You saw Kim pop her face in there?
The Liar Part 2 featuring Pink Pantheress, the group hilariously raid a fridge.
And I can't eat enough without you. If you don't speak, does that mean we're through?
Now, obviously, this is all for PR,
It's no
right?
secret North considers Ice Spice to be one of her favorite artists.
Oh.
Remember that impressive portrait she drew back in February?
Look, she drew a picture of Ice Spice in February. Kanye is not happy. I don't think he's happy. Bye. See you later, Callie Gold. Have a great day, man. Have a good day. You think Ice is cute? She's definitely looks different. That's for sure. She cosplays everyone. She does her mom and her dad, but that should be the limit. Well, right. So you got to look at, I guess, who her idols are becoming, right? And she's learning a lot of it from TikTok. I think that's like the main source of it, right? My source of it was TV, right? At 9 years old, I liked Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know, she was my idol at 9, I think. I think I was older with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't think it was out when I was 9. But I don't even know who my idol was at 9 years old, to be honest. But my first idol, or the first person that I loved, was Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy the Vampire Slayer, okay?
So, how'd Kim Kardashian and
So yeah. So she idolizes the girl. Okay. So people were freaking out about it. And today I read that they ended up deleting all of those videos. So on Dextero actually reported it, that Northwest deletes Ice Spice cosplay videos on TikTok. Now, Kim Kardashian is the one that manages the TikTok. It's only on her phone, allegedly. And Kim Kardashian invited Ice Spice to her home a few days ago. It didn't take long for the videos of the rapper to go viral. North was having a great time, but the content quickly garnished backlash across social media. It was apparently enough of a problem for Kim K to feel the need to react accordingly. All the videos where North cosplays as Munch have been removed. People, of course, threw in their 2 cents. This kid just rants and raves. Others seem convinced that Kanye West have played a part. We don't know that for sure. Oh, God.
Acting like Ice Spice. A lot of people saw these videos and thought that they were too far and that North shouldn't be acting like that. Well, it seems like Kim agrees that North shouldn't be acting like that because several of the videos North did earlier today have been deleted off of her page. Now, some people think that Kanye might be involved in them getting deleted, because I definitely don't think that he would have approved of those videos being posted. But what do you guys think of this?
Hi, Paco. I am. Yeah, the kids have access to a lot of the technology. I agree. And I guess people have trouble managing it, right? Unsurprisingly, this particular bit of Kardashian drama reignited discourse about Kanye's past requests for North to stay off TikTok. Don't have my daughter wearing lipstick on TikTok. Oh, too bad, baby. Too bad, yo. This is not. I don't think you're gonna get out of that one. So this is what Kanye West said. I think this was like end of last year.
I got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. And then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I didn't have a say-so on whether or not they went to Sierra Canyon. Most men do not, there's no such thing as 50-50 custody with in society today. That's not even, it always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying?
So, yes, Ice Spice is a rapper. She's a newer rapper from the Bronx, as you guys told me. This is her. And Northwest is Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's daughter. And Northwest idolizes the girl a lot, so much so that they invited her over to do TikToks together. Now, Kanye West makes a good point. He's like, TikTok is using my daughter. Disney's using my daughter, but so is Kim. You know, it seems like the people that invite this rapper over to do the TikToks, the PR people, they're using North's big platform to promote it. North is making nice drawings about her. So everybody that follows Northwest, who's probably a kid, not everybody, they're going to find out who Ice Spice is, and they're going to, look up the videos that they love. Ice Spice, Boy's a Liar. So Northwest was playing this song. Northwest was singing this song a lot. This is probably less sexual than the other one I just showed you, but the song sounds like, see, it's like more of like an R&B song, and this girl sounds like a baby herself. Like she's got that voice, like it's gonna invite the little girls in. Oh, look at this one. Look at this one, right? Here she is. Yeah, booty baby. One in the chat if Northwest saw this video, right? Which is not that bad, but what do? You go look at other songs from Ice Spice, right? You look at other songs from Ice Spice, okay? So I found this video. I wonder if Northwest saw this video where Ice Spice is discussing Ask Me Anything.
Like, there's just some twerk moves that I just be seeing the strippers hit.
Strippers!
I want to do that. It's like when
She wants to do
when they
the
move their
strippers.
butt, like a different. Yeah, that.
That is Northwest's idol.
Like there's just some twerk moves that I just be seeing the strippers hit that I want to do that. It's like when they move their butt like a different. Yeah, that.
Yeah, that. That's what it is, baby. That's what it is. So people were very upset that Northwest is idolizing this girl, which I don't think it's anybody else's problem, but Kim's and Kanye's problem. But when you have millions of people following Northwest and seeing her transforming into Ice Spice, the rapper, I mean, people are like, what the H is Kim Kardashian doing? You know, Ice Spice, Ice Spice twerking. Ice Spice twerking. Here we go. Whoa! Whoa! Did you see her grab her fucking pussy? Oh my god, she's looking at the strippers and she wants to be like the strippers. Oh my god, I'm gonna get fucking demonetized. Yo, this is what Northwest is watching, dude. What the fuck? Wait, I have to find the video about it because the comments were so funny. Wait, which oh, okay. It was this. So this is a video about, what's up, Alpha Tango? This is a video about the suspicious rise of Ice Spice. And this guy just goes into like how the industry picks certain artists and shit. But yo, he talks about the comments about it, about this girl. It's so fucking funny. I have to just play it.
Meteoric. One Reddit user questioned how she was able to be featured on New York Times' article, while others pointed to the fact that she landed a spot on major Spotify playlists among other elite rappers in the game. She's a light skin with a fat ass, and not to mention she has someone behind her with money that's doing a lot of shit for her.
Probably.
Sex sells. I won't listen to her music, but I'll watch her jiggle. She
That gets me.
money that's doing a lot of shit for her.
Got me. Sex. I won't listen to her music, but I'll watch her jiggle. Yo, Mikey, you gonna watch her jiggle it? You gonna mute the music, but fucking watch her jiggle? What's up, Blakey? She's still not good. Yeah, you know, that's the other thing. It's like, when I was a kid, I fucking got Jay-Z's album when I was a kid. Like young. I don't know how old, maybe like 12, 13 or something. I remember I got it for Christmas and I wanted the album. And I didn't like the lyrics because I didn't know what the lyrics meant. I didn't listen to the lyrics. I just like the beats. So that's common, right? People like music. They don't really listen to the lyrics. Eminem talked about that. So Northwest is enjoying the music, enjoying the beats, and she likes the way the girl looks, obviously. She sounds great on mute. But you know, that music eventually gets in your head, you know, and that culture gets into it, you know?
sells. I won't listen to her music, but I'll watch her jiggle. She probably fucked someone with connections weeks ago. Ice Spice denies all rumors
She fucks somebody with
that
connections
point to her being an industry plant and claims that her rise was completely organic. So let's take a deeper look. In March 2021, Ice went viral for the very first time, and it was way before she
looks better with long
ever
hair.
made a song. It was after she posted a video on TikTok doing Erica Banks' Buzz It challenge. At the time, she claims to have already been thinking of doing music and was already talking to a main house producer, conveniently, by the name of Riot. After going
I've never heard her music either until I saw that.
viral, she
What's
dropped
up,
4 more
Lion Boy?
tracks and was able to get significant buzz pretty quickly. This actually raises my eyebrows a little bit because I'm sure we've all stumbled onto popular TikTokers who promote their music like crazy but don't really see any success out of it. However, Ice Spice managed to somehow decode the system and landed a number 5 Billboard hit in return. When asked about how she felt about people calling her an industry plant, she claimed, "I know what it took me to get here, and I know how much work I'm putting in. I truly feel like they know I'm not a plant, and I think they just say stuff like that because they're mad that I'm going up faster than their fave. I would say stream your fave more." And despite there being a lot of truth to the statement, there's definitely more to it that I believe she's not shedding any light on, and rightfully so, since it would be detrimental to her career. Stay hydrated.
Yeah, she looked like Annie, that freaking play. She a
Let's
plant
fast
for
forward
sure.
to August of 2022 when Drake entered the chat. Drake has a pretty good reputation with helping a lot of up-and-coming artists get solidified in the game.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be that
Some of the biggest
explicit
artists
now,
in the game
Fatango.
wouldn't be anywhere where they are today if it wasn't for Drake's help in some way, shape, or form. And although the Drake stimulus check isn't as good as it used to be, we can definitely use his relationship with Ice Spice as a great example of why networking in the industry is so important. It really puts an emphasis on the saying, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
It's not what you know, it's who you know. That's a true statement.
Well, the streets are saying that Drake was trying to sign Ice Spice, but
My job as a father to two beautiful girls was 1, to keep them in school, 2, keep them off the pole. I win, ding ding, game over. And you know, this is a culture thing, you know, like some people really enjoy this music. They like the lyrics, they like the beat, they like the jiggling of the asses, they love the long nails and, you know, the dancing in the street. They like that, and that's okay. People can listen to that shit all day. But it's a question, and a lot of people on the internet, when you have a 9-year-old who's very famous, mimicking and cosplaying as a adult performer like Ice Spice. And this is nothing new. We've had these problems in the past with Nicki Minaj coming into like Ellen show with her boobs out, meeting little kids, you know, and her yelling at people like, get your parents to worry about it. Don't blame me, which that's true. It's like, yeah, this girl's doing it for a check. She's writing the music she wants. She's doing the content she wants. And she doesn't have control over what your kid is doing, right? But Kim Kardashian inviting her over, knowing what kind of content it is, then that's a imagine if Kim Kardashian calls up Ice Spice and is like, "Oh, my daughter North loves you. Oh my God, I'm screaming. I would love for you to come over to my house. I'm screaming," because that's what she said, screaming. She's screaming that she met her. And imagine if Ice Spice was like, "Listen, like, I respect you. I love you, whatever. I love your daughter. But listen, my content is adult content and I don't feel comfortable meeting your little 9-year-old daughter and doing content with her because, you know, I don't want to spread the message that my music is for little kids." Imagine if Ice Spice did that. Imagine. That should be news if somebody had the balls to do that. But no, she's going to come over there in a pink outfit and fucking do the TikTok, get that cash, get fucking noticed by Kim Kardashian people. And in this case, it wasn't good publicity, but you know, bad publicity is good publicity these days. Okay. Yeah, they paid her. Even if not directly, she's going to get paid through views and through engagement now because she was on Northwest making articles about it. You know, I had no idea who Ice Spice was until right now. Right. Imagine if she said that, like, "No, I don't want your little daughter to idolize me because I make adult content." Imagine if she said that. Imagine, right? 100%. What's up, Lou? What's up, Shane? Ice Spice shouldn't have to do that. I wouldn't. That's cash for me, and she's a rich lady. Let her handle the backlash. Ice Spice shouldn't have to do that. I wouldn't. That's cash for me. She's a rich lady. Well, you know, morals sometimes are better than cash, you know? People do a lot of things for cash, and that's up to you as an individual, right? But if somebody has a moral compass and a backbone, and they're like, "Look, I'm not going to just do anything for cash because I want cash. I don't want to exploit little kids, you know?" Then I would respect that person, you know? I'm not going to be like, I understand the cash aspect and like, "Oh, well, it's a check. Oh, well, you know, she's rising. She's a rising star and she's using all the platforms she can." But you know what? I would respect her more if she did something like what I just said, right? If she's not all about the cash, she's more about being an honest person or somebody with, you know, a backbone, I guess. She can shake her ass all day and fucking look at the strippers and fucking try to be like them for adults, right?
One big problem. After sliding in her DMs, telling her that he fucked with her music and that her
that munch and you're on the radar freestyle hard as fuck. I'm a player mama our radio
freestyle
show.
was hard. He immediately booked a date with her in typical Drizzy fashion. The two were spotted in Toronto together and seemed to have a pretty good time, but this is where it gets weird. Drake ended up unfollowing Ice Spice on Instagram the following day, which sparked many rumors and really told us all the answers we need to know on whether or not Ice was truly an industry plant or not. Just for the sake of documentation, this is what Ice Spice thinks about the situation.
It's been speculated that Drake unfollowed you afterwards. Do you want to tell us some tea on that?
He did. I don't know why though.
Shame on you, Drake. Shame on you. You shouldn't have done that.
It's okay though.
She's out here.
It's all love.
Now, there's no official
said
statement about
she ain't
this,
cool
but after
enough.
doing some pretty intense research on the topic, I gotta admit, this
He
really gave us
followed her
all the
back
answers
this
we
week.
needed. So a lot of people think that Drake was really
that
eager
true?
to sign Ice to his OVO label, but when he flew her out, he realized she was already signed
What was he just born yesterday? He doesn't know that people check who he's following
to a
daily.
label this whole time, and her rise was completely fabricated. So instead of Drake being able to claim this hot up-and-coming artist who started to pick up some intense buzz,
Yeah,
Drake
she gotta
didn't want
lose that.
anything
She
to
gotta
do
lose
with
that
her.
hair.
This could also have to do with the fact that Ice Spice was signed to the same label as CJ, which further explains how her rise
I
wasn't
don't
so
even know who
organic
that is
after
either.
all. I feel like this is just kind of messed up for Drake to do though. Like, you could have at least lobbed her some kind of help with one of her songs, or at
Kim Kardashian's helping. Fuck Drake. Kim Kardashian's helping her now.
least have kept an open line of connection with her. Now, we don't know what really happened behind the scenes. For all we know, Ice Spice could have tried to Cardi B this man, but I have a strong feeling that Drizzy was just salty he gave all that attention to someone that he really saw himself doing serious business with, until he realized it was just the higher ups basically giving this woman a platform. One common thing you see a lot of people say about Ice is they like to watch her
That's
rather
hilarious.
than listen. The label who signed her obviously picked up on this and were quick to put her in a professional studio, give her high quality video production, cop the World Star promo, got the Drake cosign, the Cardi feature. Now we can't
Oh,
stop
good.
seeing
She's
her. But what are
featured
the
on
odds
Cardi.
Ice Spice will survive in today's current climate of industry plans that
He's a
become this
one-hit wonder called Whoopty. Okay, I don't know that song. I don't know a lot of these rappers these days. I listen to Drake sometimes. I listen to Chris Brown, R&B. I listen to Janae Aiko. I love Janae Aiko. And Frank Sinatra and random people. But like I don't listen to any new people at all. Nobody new, because this is
disposable
like
after a couple
this
of
is
hits.
this is like close to my heart, this topic, because when I was in my 20s, I went through what you would call like an awakening, right? Like I listened to all this mainstream music and the lyrics, eventually I just went through different awakenings in my life, spiritually, mentally, whatever, and I just realized that the music that I was listening to was fucking trash. Like it didn't have any meaning to it. Some of it did. Like that's why I like R&B, because R&B is about love and stuff like that. But I just kind of grew tired of like hearing about like fucking like the Chris Brown songs where he's literally talking about a sexual act the whole time, like talking about having sex with somebody. Like I don't want to hear that shit, like it's like, okay, like I get it. I'm a sexual being myself, but it's like I don't want to hear him fucking talking about licking somebody's pussy. Like, come on, I don't want to hear that, And like these little girls and boys are listening to that stuff, right? So it's just I went through that phase where I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna be a little bit more mindful of what I put into my head, what music is getting caught up in my head. And then you just look at the music industry and it's like, yeah, they promote people that like just like talk about like he blowing up back. He like me because my ass fat. Like it's like this like is I don't know. That music's not for me. It's for some people, but it's not for me. I would rather, and I don't listen to music on the regular at all. I don't even listen to my music. I have to be in a mood to listen to music. And I'll put it on for like 20 minutes and then I just stop, because it's just like, again, being mindful of what's going in my head. And sometimes I'm in the mood for Frank Sinatra. Sometimes I'm in the mood for Janae Aiko. Most of the time I'm not in the mood for any of it, So I like the hair, but she looks better with long hair. She definitely looks better with long hair. The color of the hair, I'm not into the mop head look, but that's just my opinion. This guy looks like FaZe Rain. Who's FaZe Rain? I don't know what he looks like. Yeah, he kind of does. Oh, this guy is like not in FaZe anymore, right? Right? Is he the guy that like quit and had like a bitch fit or something? I don't know. Oh, Tom McDonald. I know who that is. Yes, I do know who that is. Even his music, like, I get it, but it's like, I guess I don't put enough time. Like if I'm listening to something, it's like it's like a program. It's like a news, or it's a documentary, or it's like something else. It's not like the music, because the music, I really have to be in the mood for it. Pop music lacks any substance, and it all sounds the same, you know? The new shit sucks. I don't listen to much music. Yeah, exactly. I don't either. Music is much darker. It is darker. Janae is absolute fire. I love her. That's the type of music I like. Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes on a good day. So you guys are the same. Like, you guys don't really, like, put on the music. Like, when I was a kid, I would blast music. I would be, like, my parents didn't care about what I was listening to, which was interesting, right? But I would put my stereo all the way up. My parents didn't even complain. I would put like Jay-Z on, Ja Rule. I would blast the craziest gangster rap music ever. And then some R&B like Ashanti and like what was hot back then, right? But like, it really, truly, I didn't understand the lyrics and I didn't understand the effect that it might have had on me. I don't know. Who knows? But as a parent, I'm going to be a parent soon. It's like, yeah, these are interesting topics that I have to keep in mind. It's like what J-Rod said, which we all know. This technology is just exploding. I mean, some kids at Northwest's age of 9 don't have social media. They've never been on TikTok. And maybe they won't ever be on TikTok. I would prefer that for my kid. I would rather our kids be outside, doing a craft, maybe like learning sports, something significant with substance rather than like lip syncing on TikTok and like dancing to a fucking song, like scrolling through TikTok constantly. Like, I don't even do that. I don't even do that. So it's interesting. Parents these days have a lot to deal with, and it's hard out there. I can see that it's going to be hard, Yeah, the colors are right, but like I just don't like I don't like short hair. Okay, I don't like short hair, but she actually pulls it off. But whatever. Yeah, watch podcasts, listen. Yeah, something that is like giving me information, not just like the other day I was washing the dishes and I felt like listening to like a Chris Brown song. Oh, no. I had the Usher song, Truth Hurts, in my head. So I had to go put it on. I put it on. I listened to it once. And then I listened to a Chris Brown song. And then I turned it off. That's exactly what happened. Truth Hurts, for some reason, Usher was in my head. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's like a hot beat. I love that song. And see, that song's okay. Because it's about, it's an R&B song. It's not about like, my ass is fat, jiggling around, big little bit. But he blowed up back because my ass is fat. And then doing the fucking guns like you fucking gangster. Like, shut the fuck up. I still try to know what's out and what's hot, but that's as far as it goes. Do you listen to the radio? Does anybody listen to the radio anymore? Because I know the last time I listened to the radio, which was like Hot 97 and 105.1 in New York, like it's all commercials. Like and they play the same songs over and over again. There's no way in 2023 you got me on a fucking commercial. I'm not listening to any commercials. I'm not watching commercials. If you guys want no commercials on your YouTube, on your phone, just download the Brave browser, Brave. Get the Brave browser and just navigate YouTube through that browser. You will get no ads, okay? But just like when you watch Me or SoCal, make sure you watch the ads because that's revenue. Radio is completely dead, huh? No radio, no TV. Same here, Pac. Same here. You missed the ass jiggling, Pac. You missed the ass jiggling that I was showing before. Here, I'll show you. I'll show him real quick. Ice Spice twerking. This is Northwest. This is Northwest. Kanye and Kim's daughter's idol. They idolize this girl, okay? She idolizes her. Wait, let's see how she does here. Okay, that's not bad. Oh. That wasn't as good. Ice Spice twerking highlight. Ice Spice doing her emote. Here she goes. Matt, Alpha Tango, turn your shit off right now. I like to watch the strippers and see what they do with their asses. And then I like to try to do the same thing. Look, this is why she's famous, okay? This is why she's getting up in the industry. She's shaking her ass. She's fucking rubbing her pussy while she's doing it. She's willing to do it. Oh, she's fucking, oh, that's fucking explicit, baby. What the fuck? Oh, she's getting gangbanged. Oh, I didn't want to do this. That's the shit that these 9-year-olds look up to now. Can you believe it? You like when I rap? Naruto, Bleach, and My Hero at the moment. That's a lot more easier to watch, huh? Than Oh, I have a bonus for you guys, okay? I have a bonus for you guys. You guys know how I'm always talking about oh, I didn't fucking save it. Damn it. You guys know how I'm always talking about birthing person and how I'm not a birthing person. And if anybody calls me a birthing person, I will not use their services, okay? What's this fucking guy's name? Ah, damn it. But there's a girl that she was on TikTok or something, and she went on some rant, and I had to show you guys what it was because it's amazing. Now, I found this video through a different YouTuber, so yeah, he's in the picture, but just ignore him, okay? Because listen to what the woman is saying. I 100% agree with this woman, and I think many of you will too.
That is pushing and perpetuating that women are somehow...
Okay, let me get through to him.
The trans community. Let me say this. I don't have a problem with the trans community.
She must be from Baltimore.
At all. But this shit is ridiculous. If you say as a trans woman, you want to be called her, she, whatever you decide, even though you are a trans woman. If you want to be called her, she, fine. I'm going to respect that, and I'm gonna do that. So me as a woman, if I say don't call me a cis woman, I'm just a woman. You should respect that. I'm not no birthing person. I'm not a chest feeder.
I never heard the chest feeder one.
I'm not a bleeder. I'm a woman. And that's what the you're gonna refer to me as.
Bitch!
And you cannot ask for respect while disrespecting women. And that's what the fuck we get for trying to be allies and shit. Look, now they just trying to wipe us the out. Now look at us looking stupid. Dumb shit.
Looking stupid. I just found that video and I loved how she summed it up. It's like, don't disrespect me as a fucking pregnant woman and you're fucking coarse calling me a pregnant, a birthing person and a fucking whatever, completely leaving the woman word out. That just don't disrespect me like that. Don't disrespect me. I love that video. I had to just show it to you real quick. I had to show it. She said it very nicely. You know, with a bunch of F-bombs, okay? I never heard of chest feeder and bleeders before. Those are new to me. I've never heard those terms before. Have I seen Idiocracy? I saw Idiocracy while I was extremely high in college, and I remember zero of that movie. So I have to watch it again. She was getting gangbanged. Yeah, her fucking ass is just getting fucking... It's a great stupid movie. What's up, Darth LS? Darth, I'm gonna call you Darth because we're living that movie. Yo, let me look at Idiocracy trailer. Let me look up the trailer real quick.
At the dawn of the 21st century, the Army began a top-secret experiment.
Meet Joe Bowers, our first subject for the human hibernation experiment. As you know, this is highly classified. However, if successful, we believe humans can be stored indefinitely.
However, the trial run was prone to human error.
See you in a year.
And Joe slept slightly longer than expected.
I don't remember this at all.
To be exact. From Mike Judge, creator of Office Space and Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my God!
If you were the smartest person in the world...
This goes in your mouth. This one goes in your butt. Hang on a second. This one goes in your mouth.
Ew!
And we're stuck with the dumbest people in history.
If you have one bucket that holds 2 gallons and another bucket that holds 5 gallons, how many buckets do you have?
2? What would you do?
Excuse me, I'm actually supposed to be getting out of prison.
You're in the wrong line.
I'm the smartest guy in the world? Says who?
The IQ test you took in prison. You got the highest score in history.
Even smarter than President Camacho.
The President of America! In the year 2505,
We got this guy. He's gonna fix everything. So you smart, huh?
the ordinary will be considered extraordinary.
I thought your head would be bigger.
Idiocracy.
For the smartest
Wow,
guy
I don't
in the
remember
world,
this movie
you're
at
pretty
all.
dumb sometimes.
I think I saw that when I was high. I remember that, and I don't remember any of it. It was so funny. I gotta watch it if I get a chance to. But man, do I not remember that one bit. I don't remember that shit at all. That's crazy. Idiocracy, huh? That's so yeah. Twerking and working, baby. Twerking and working. Let's see. So it's 10:30. All right. I think we've had enough topics for today. We talked about J God's video about Warzone, and it's failed, but they can still save it. I don't know. Maybe. I think if I'm going to guess, I've said it 20 million times. I think it has to do with how many people are working there. I don't think they have the manpower. And we also talked about Northwest, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's daughter mimicking a rapper. Who knows what's going to happen with society and the tech gadgets that we have, where all of these little kids are being exposed to adult content very early. It's going to be interesting for me as a new parent, Rob too. I mean, this is interesting. These are interesting topics for me in my life now, because, you know, I don't think I'm going to, as long as I think Rob would agree with me, where it's, you know, I don't think our kids are going to have TikTok at age 6 or 9 even. Like, I think they're going to be off doing more productive things. That's the goal. That's the goal. Have you seen the podcast with the North Korean girl that Yes, I did. What's her name? The one with Jordan Peterson was very good. What's her name? Let me pull it up so you can see. Yeonmi Park. So if you guys don't know what Pac is talking about, look up Yeonmi Park. I think that's her name. But she escaped North Korea, and it was a very big ordeal. Very traumatic. And she now lives in Chicago. But her story is really insane. I like the Jordan Peterson interview specifically, but she's done a lot more interviews with other people, so you can find the one that you like. But yeah, man, I can't imagine going through what she went through. It's insane. So if you guys are looking for something to watch that's interesting like that, here's the link. That's Jordan Peterson's one. But again, just look her up if you want to watch an interview with somebody else. Thank you. Hope to never. You know, Mikey, I won't even have a TikTok because I don't like China spying on me, and I know a lot of these other Google and our smartphones. I know that they have tracking devices and everything as well, but TikTok's a little bit different, where they track your movements on the phone. Moses, stop. Moses, hey. They track your keypad movements. So I was reading, somebody made a great point that they could steal credit card numbers, passwords. I don't like that. Even though they say they're not going to, you never know. I don't like it. TikTok also imprints their little pixel on government websites, on government educational websites. It's like the Facebook like. If somebody has a website and they embed a Facebook like button, Facebook is tracking through that button because it's a embedded code of Facebook. Right. But TikTok does it without you doing that. TikTok can embed it without your permission. So I don't like that. I don't trust it. So I'll never have a TikTok, and I don't know. Rob might get a TikTok. I don't know what he's doing with that, but I hope our kids are not mindless drones on social media, and I'm gonna do everything I can to politely guide them in that direction where they're not mindless drones just scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through Instagram like mindless drones. I don't think that's gonna happen. My nieces don't do that, so it's possible. Yeah, Jordan Peterson. This was such a good interview. It was such a good. If you haven't seen this one, Pac, like if you've heard her talk before, listen to this one because it's like more like a. It's more like a session, like a psychological session. It's really good. Hi, Charlie Beats. We're wrapping it up right now. I'm going to go eat some food. The babies are hungry. I know Rob is getting ready to stream in an hour. So I'm going to get the dogs, take over on the dogs. Yeah, the lady, her story is very, very great. Like, I just can't imagine. But I think it actually helped her being so like desensitized to like love. She says like they don't teach you how to love in North Korea. So I think that actually kind of helped her get through some of the really traumatic experiences that she had. Like it helped her like not be, I guess, traumatized by it. But it's insane. A friend I used to work with showed me that Snapchat also shows exactly where you are on a map to others. Oh, really? I'm sure you can turn that off. Yeah, you can turn that off. But that's the thing. It's like automatically enabled to be on, and you have to take the steps to turn it off and to learn about that first. So yeah. Google also has some kind of tracking that they updated recently where like they're tracking you at all times. They actually sent me an email saying, "Hey, your activity's on." So like they're telling me like, "Hey, we can see everything you're doing, but you can turn it off this way." At least they did that, but they just make these updates and it's automatically enabled for you to be tracked. So it's all about your involvement. Be involved. They'll be fine. Don't let any interwebs raise them. Yeah, straight to the point. Yeah, I think that's not going to be the problem. Yeah, but you're right. It's just about being involved and not being, a lazy parent. And some parents, are too busy. Some parents are like, out of the house. They got to work and things slip through the cracks, Luckily, I'm going to be home with our babies. Thank God you guys make that possible. And that was like my dream, to be home with my babies, especially as I'm raising them. Like, oh my God, like the women that go to work, I commend them because I'm sure they don't want to be at work. They would rather be at home raising their children, I'm sure, instead of like having them at a daycare. But you got to do what you got to do. Like everything costs a lot more. You got to do it, right? And so yeah. This was fun. I'm up early also. I'm not going back to work until the 22nd. Oh, really? Wait, you got a new job? J-Rod, let's play some games today. Let's play some games. If you're home and you're not doing anything, I'll be on. Well, I wanna play some Resurgence. I want to get some practice in. Anybody else that wants to play, like my Tonys or whoever, we'll see who's on. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whoever wants to play. I'm not streaming. But J-Rod, let me know if you're gonna be on a little bit. I'll come on. What time? You mean what time am I playing? I'll probably be playing like actually, I don't know. Maybe like, what time is it? 10, 9, 8, 7? It's probably 7 a.m. I'll probably play like early, like in a couple of hours. If you're on if you're on JJ, of course you're invited. What's up, cop? You know how I teach how to love. I break their thumbs. I give the FBI a show every night just in case they are tuning in. What's up, Joe Cool? How are you? Good morning. I hope Cop never loves me. Won't be on until later. Okay. I might be on later. We'll see. But I want to get some Resurgence in a little bit early. Maybe I'll be on. Okay, it's 10:30 my time, 11:30. Maybe I'll be on around like 1 or 2, probably before the dogs eat. And then maybe I'll be on again later. Yeah. So tomorrow is Friday. And we got the Tony Soprano crew in. We got JJ Shock, we got Mickey Dunn, and we got Thirsty Chris in the squad. So it's going to be fun. Thirsty Chris better fucking lock it in. That's all I got to say. Have you ever played with Thirsty Chris yet, JJ? Have you played with Mickey? You might have played with Mickey too. So Friday we got Mickey Dunn, JJ, and Thirsty Chris. And then Sunday we have Dragon, Callie Gold, and Birdie. And hopefully, J-Rod will get some games in today. So tomorrow, we're back at Warzone. We're going to be playing some Resurgence. Everybody that came in today, thank you for coming in and saying what's up, hanging out for the news segment. Hit that like button. We're at 80 likes. Damn, that's pretty good. Thank you for hitting that like button. Hit that like again if you haven't hit the like. Am I not zoomed in? Let's see if I can fix it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe I can do it manually. I'm still harassing cops. Oh my God. Just be careful out there doing whatever you're doing. Don't get shot. Don't get tased. Just be careful doing what you're doing, okay, brother? Joe Cool. There we go. Yeah, watch those thumbs, cop. Ready to punch faces and break thumbs. And bury people in the fucking dirt. That's what we do. Hell yeah, JJ. We had good fun. I'm gonna go wash and I'll be on when you regularly play if you want to play. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. No new job, just moving. Oh, okay. Damn, I was excited for you for a second, but that's good too. I'm glad that you have some... You're not going back to the 22nd? That's pretty good. Is Birdie streaming today? What day is it? I don't even know, but maybe she'll be on too. We'll see. All right, fellas and chicks, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with this news segment. Again, the news segment is normally on Saturday mornings, but I'm going to be gone Saturday. I'm going to be at my parents' house, so I figured I would slip it in during the week. So these segments will be on Saturdays. Not every Saturday, but Saturdays that are announced. Grumpy Author, you have a great day too. Looking for that new job. I hope you find one soon. And I hope it's better than what you have now. All right, so I'll see you all in Rob's chat later, and I'll see you all tomorrow live for Warzone Resurgence. And we're going to be slapping motherfuckers. We're going to be murdering motherfuckers. And we're going to be getting dubs, baby. And I'm going to stop raging a little bit, even though, I'm better than I was. But if you die, you die. If the game is stupid, it's stupid. And that's it. I'll see you later. Good morning, Mark R. I am signing off for now. And I will be back tomorrow. So if you didn't hit the like button, hit it, Mark. Thank you for coming in. And I'll catch you later, J-Rod. We'll get some games in. And everybody else, have a great day. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.